Hi friends, this is John with Sir Winston Honeybees, and thanks again for watching. As always, I want to as always ask you to please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and subscribe to or link the notifications. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Well, it's day 14 of our mite treatment, and we treated both hives just because, well, I saw some suspicious things in hive number 1. That hive number 1 has my new queen, and so we treated it with the strips, and then we also treated hive number 2, which has my old queen. Old queen was looking great. A new queen wasn't looking too good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go back inside and we're going to see how we're doing. We're not going to do a mite count today, but we'll do a mite count probably in a week or two. Today we're just going to go inside and see if the hive has progressed. We're going to check for queens so we don't have any queen loss. The other thing we're going to check is to see if they've been drawing any comb, especially in hive number 1 where I have some supers. I am going to add a super to hive number 2 just because it's getting late in the season and I don't want to miss the rest of what could be the goldenrod flow. They've been bringing in goldenrod. You can smell it right out here, and that's part of the whole goldenrod experience. So it does have a kind of a tingy kind of smell, kind of like fresh feet out of a sock, if I could best describe it, with a combination of a yeasty breadiness. That's what goldenrod smells like. It is pretty powerful. I mean, it's not horrible, but that's goldenrod for you. All right, so we're going to go inside, take a look at these hives, and see what's going on in the apiary today. The first thing we're going to check is right here in this box. This is hive number 1 again with our new queen. We're going to see if they've drawn any comb in our super. It's a medium super, which we've had some trouble drawing comb in. So we're kind of hoping now with the treatment and also with this flow, we're hoping that there's a flow anyway, that they've drawn some comb and started depositing honey in this hive right here. Haven't seen it in 2 weeks, and been kind of looking forward to coming in and seeing what's going on. So here we go. Well, let's see what's going on in here. I do see some bees up here, but it's not super busy. So they're all older bees, they're not little baby ones, and you see some older bees on here. Of course, they're all worker bees. I don't see any drones up here. I'm a little concerned about the fact that I'm not seeing a lot of bees. Could they have absconded? Could they have died? I don't know. It's not likely that they've swarmed. It's not swarming season. As the temperatures get cooler, they crack more. The propolis is a little harder. It has been cooling down. It's been in the 70s, and that's ideal. Oh, look, we've got some drawn comb here, but obviously not enough. But we've got something going on here, so we've got some activity. A little bit of drawn comb here. The beginnings of some comb being drawn here. You can smell that goldenrod smell. A little bit of comb getting drawn, but not really a lot. So it's possible we're going to start feeding again, just to give them some energy to get this hive ready. Now here's another thing that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about potentially, since this could be a weak hive, combining it with hive number 2. So taking some brood and whatever honey, whatever is left over, and just kind of moving everything into hive number 2 with my old queen. So what does that mean for a new queen? Well, that means that new queen will likely have to see the sharp edge of the hive tool. So if she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing, she might already be dead, to be honest with you. We might have a new queen in there. I honestly don't know. So let's go ahead and get into the hive and see what they've been doing inside of there. So that's a little disappointing. I mean, we see something going on as far as drawn comb, but not really enough to get excited about. We're gonna have to start feeding, with some pollen cakes, and definitely gonna start feeding with some sugar water, get these bees going. But since we had the treatment, we couldn't feed during that time. So we're probably gonna get back to feeding here in the next few days. All right, well, the good news is that, as you can see right here, we've got a lot of bees. So we don't have an issue with bees having left or died or absconded. They're just not working this top box very well. So again, we've been treating these two hives with a Formic Pro, which is a mite treatment. Remember last time we didn't see any eggs. So if we see eggs in this hive, well, that says one of two things. Number one, the queen is laying again, or number two, there's a new queen laying in here. I don't really care as long as somebody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I do see a lot of bees in here, so the bee population appears to be pretty good. Oh, this is heavy, heavy, heavy. A lot of bees on the backside, and beautifully drawn comb. And they're all filled with nectar. So that's a good sign that they're putting nectar into this frame right here. That's an excellent sign. So it's a beautiful frame with lots of comb, drawn comb, and we've got deposits, and we've got nectar, like I said, and pollen. On this side, kind of the same. They're finishing up drawing comb on this side, and again, depositing some nectar. And so, excellent sign. This is a good looking frame right here. So, just go ahead and shake some bees off before I set it on the ground. We got some big drone. We've got some, all right. And there's our queen, right away. I found the queen. She's right there. So we got a queen. I see larvae. I don't know if you can see her. She's right there, under my finger. And I see larvae. I see drone comb, the ones that's puffy. But we have a queen. I see some fresh larvae. She's laying. That is excellent. Wow, right there, right off the start, we start off good. Another good looking frame. We've got brood. We've got a combination of nectar having been deposited. We've got some big puffy drone comb on the edges there. We're going to leave that there. Nothing suspicious, nothing that looks bad. And on this side, we see some couple days old larvae and some brood, cat brood, some good activity. And this last frame is a frame of newly drawn comb, and it looks really nice. So look at that, fresh new, brand new comb. Same on this side, brand new. There's no eggs in it, but what we're looking for, obviously, is for them to start depositing some honey and some nectar. So brand new drawn comb there, a good sign. We found a queen. She looks healthy. She appears to be laying. Well, she is laying because we saw larvae. There's no new eggs, but that's also a sign of possibly the queen is slowing down. So as long as I'm seeing newer larvae, a couple days old larvae, I'm not too worried about not seeing eggs right now. Look at this pollen here. Pollen everywhere. Next year in the spring, I'm going to set out a pollen trap. Try and catch some of this pollen. Maybe try and sell some of it. This outer frame, again, looking very similar to my last outer frame. It's a beautiful frame of drawn comb. This one has nectar in it. So again, the goldenrod flow seems to have had some good positive effect. And man, I can smell it. So very gently, I'll push it towards the back. Again, we want to be very careful here. Get these leaves out of the way. All right. So here's our Formic Pro pads. They're compostable, so I'm going to leave them in here till they break down completely. They're still doing something, right? So, in fact, I think what I'm going to do is just inspect a couple of frames just to see where we are. Again, we've got some nicely drawn comb. Let's take a look. Again, the same thing. Nectar, honey, not capped, nothing's capped yet. Nectar's still coming in. Oh, okay. Well, there's a... Okay, so here's something of interest. Let's see if I can get you up close. So right here, is a queen cell. and it's relatively new, and it's now uncapped. And I'm just wondering if my old queen died and a new queen has emerged from that cell, which is probably a pretty good guess. She might not be mated yet, the one we just saw. That's why there's not a lot of eggs here. But if you see right in the center, I think we had a new queen. All right. So they're definitely looking to replace the queen. Look right here. This is a typical classic right here. A capped queen cell. Look at that. Capped queen cell. And it's not a swarm cell, but they want a new queen in here. And they have a new queen, so, or is that the old queen? I don't know. But they're replacing a queen, and I'm just going to let nature take its course. There's still time for egg laying and for everything else, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's get into hive number 2, old queen. This frame is not very heavy. I would have hoped to find a heavy frame, but there's a lot of nectar in it. And so obviously the bees are depositing nectar all over this frame here, so they're on their way to I guess taking care of it. So we're seeing lots of deposits of honey or nectar, some bee bread, and this is a good looking resource frame. On this side, a lot of the same, not fully drawn, just kind of drawn in the middle, but they are depositing that nectar in there. Okay, this one's heavy. We've got brood. Oh, beautiful, fresh larvae in really nice shape. This one's my old queen, and this is a great hive. Much of the same here. Some larvae, some eggs, new eggs, young larvae at various stages. Same situation on this frame right here with some lots of larvae, brood, healthy shiny larvae. My old queen is in here, and she's amazing. Just hope that the new one on the other side is ready to do just as well. Well, an interesting day in the apiary today as we found that the new queen in hive number 1 is being superseded. So we saw that supersession cell fully extended with it's capped. So that queen's being replaced. Why? Well, she's not effective. She's not laying eggs. She's, you know, the larvae is not too healthy. So the Formic Pro, we're going to leave it in there, let it finish doing its work. Even though we've done 14 days and there's still a little bit left in there, why not? Let it keep working. So hopefully that new queen will start laying. Well, she'll go out and get mated, and she'll start laying soon. Now, hive number 2, old queen. My God, she's amazing. There's eggs, there's new fresh larvae, there's larvae at different stages, there's capped brood. I mean, there's everything you want in that hive, except they're not drawing that comb very fast. Now, I did something some of you might consider is a bit crazy, but I went ahead and added a super. So I added a honey super to hive number 2 with a queen excluder, as you can see right there. I don't want to miss out on any opportunities for any more resources. If there's any kinds of flows going on, I want to take advantage of that. Plus, I'm going to start feeding again because, you know, the goldenrod is coming to an end here pretty soon, and I'm going to start feeding 1-to-1 sugar water. I don't want, you know, them to produce sugar water, but I do want them to have resources to make it through winter. Now, here's another thing that we might do. We might combine 2 hives as we head towards winter. And what I might also do is I might take old queen and put her in a nuke and overwinter her in that with some resources and some other bees, some of her bees, just to kind of make sure she makes it through winter. That queen is worth saving. I don't know about, well, new queen in hive number 1, she's out. I saw her today, but she's not laying eggs, so she's ineffective. So somehow she's going to be eliminated, she's going to be superseded, and we'll have a new queen. She'll go out, get mated, and we'll see in a couple weeks if she's laying eggs again. Or the new queen is laying eggs. We'll see. I don't really know. So, of course, I always welcome your comments because I'm no expert. The other thing I saw is a lot of activity right at the entrance of the hive. I was a little bit worried that they might be getting robbed, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So what I'm seeing is just a lot of bees coming in and out. There's a lot of bees in that hive. There's quite a few bees in that hive too, so we're okay as far as number of bees are concerned. They should be able to defend the hive from robbing. Of course, mice are coming pretty soon. We're going to have to take care of that situation when the time comes. So now it's time for me to say goodbye to you guys. As always, I'm going to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it. Give me a thumbs up, and I always welcome your comments because I don't really know very much about what I'm doing. So I can always use your help, use your comments or anything else. Until then, thanks a lot for joining in. By the way, I got one thing I want to say before I say goodbye. I'm going to be gone for a few weeks here. I'm having surgery on Friday. As you notice, John from Sir Winston Honeybees is a little chubby. So I'm going for bariatric surgery and not allowed to lift more than 15 pounds at a time. So I'm going to ask some friends to come in, inspect my hives for me while I'm not able to do it myself. So you won't be seeing any videos probably for about a month, but I'll give you an update, you know, when the time comes. Maybe give you some updates from sitting in my chair in the house just so you know what I'm doing. That's not as exciting as seeing bees in action, but that's what's going to happen. So I'll see you guys in a few weeks. We'll keep an eye on what's going on over here. And until then, thanks a lot. I'm John, and this is Sir Winston Honeybees, and happy bees, everybody.